Today I'll be demonstrating the key features of the Jumpsec Managed Vulnerability Scanning Portal. We'll walk through some of the general features of the app, with some example use cases scattered between. So, once a user logs in, they're brought to the dashboard page. There are only three main pages to the application here: this dashboard page, the vulnerabilities page for viewing issues in detail, and the host page for exploring exposed hosts in the network. Starting here on the dashboard, we have a line chart showing the vulnerability discoveries and fixes over time. Each of these points on the line chart can be clicked through to see further details on the vulnerabilities page. Just below that, we have three pie charts that categorize the risks, exposed port numbers, and vulnerability names. Each of these slices or corresponding list items here can be clicked to explore in further detail as with the line chart. Following on from this, we have a recent activity widget that keeps track of user actions, such as vulnerabilities being fixed, being assigned to users, or hosts being edited. In the middle here, we see a further reading widget that contains some articles, blog posts, and general readings specific to the vulnerabilities in your network, just to help you understand them a bit better. And finally, here on the right, we have a risk split quick fixes widget. These are vulnerabilities that have a simple mitigation option, often as simple as applying a single patch or updating the version on a piece of software. These can also be clicked to see the detailed descriptions, and See All can be clicked to explore them on the vulnerabilities page. So let's explore some of these issues on the detailed vulnerabilities page as we discussed earlier. Here we can take a deep dive into the vulnerabilities discovered, exploring the standard set of fields: the last seen date, their names, descriptions, network protocols, synopses, risks, and fix statuses. Each of these can all be individually clicked to be expanded. In addition to this, vulnerabilities have extra fields depending on how much information is available. These can be viewed by clicking the plus icon in the leftmost column here. These fields vary from things like the first seen date when they were first spotted, CVE if there is a common vulnerabilities and exposures identifier for it, and the port number of the exposed service. Beyond the standard all vulnerabilities view we see here, there are 7 quick filters that can be applied to get instant results for common queries you may have. These quick filters make searching through new, fixed, unfixed, and exploitable vulnerabilities easy, as well as exploring some of the data you may have already actioned, such as accepted risks and assigned vulnerabilities. Let's take a look at how we can action some vulnerabilities and explore the results. Using the search bar, we can search for all our cross-site scripting vulnerabilities. They should all have the tag XSS. Now let's go ahead and assign these vulnerabilities to a user. When this user logs in, they can head here and use the quick filter to see all the vulnerabilities assigned to them, and from here they can fix them individually, fix them in bulk, or take all of them and accept the risks until a later date, hiding these vulnerabilities from the standard view of the portal. Accepting vulnerabilities doesn't make them disappear forever. They will only remain accepted until a specified date, and other users can still use the same quick filter to see all the accepted risks, just to be sure that their risks are being properly managed. Another feature of the detailed vulnerabilities page is the ability to export the data as a CSV file. This will export all of the data currently visible across all pages to a file for performing analysis in an external tool, or simply for viewing it in Excel. The third and final main page is the Hosts Overview page. It has many of the same features as the vulnerability page, such as the quick actions, the quick filters, sorting, and searching. From here, however, users get a host-level understanding of their risks, with the ability to set explicit risk factors or criticality ratings to individual hosts on the network. Highly rated hosts will enable more detailed alerting compared to lower rated hosts. Users can also assign comments or descriptions to the host to make the management of assets easier within the portal. The description field can even be used to tag your host for custom searches, like so. Because of these descriptions we've set, we can now search for prod to see all of our production devices, or SQL to find our SQL servers. This data can then be exported to CSV as with the vulnerabilities page, and it's possible to click through these vulnerabilities using the buttons in the vulnerabilities row if you wish to see further details. All 3 pages that we've just explored here have a scan switcher for enhanced customers. This lets users quickly switch between views of their internal and external landscapes separately. There's also a reporting widget that allows users to run on-demand CSV and PDF reports, with some predefined monthly ones that come available as more scans are run. The PDF reports by default contain an executive summary style front page with tallies of total vulnerabilities at the end of the reporting period, new vulnerabilities discovered, and successful mitigations within the reporting period. Enhanced and advanced customers have 3 optional metrics that can also be enabled: the top 5 user mitigations within the time period, the top 5 most high-risk devices in the network, and the top 5 most widespread issues across all hosts. These reports are meant to provide insight at a high level. For more detailed results, CSV reports can be downloaded containing all unfixed vulnerabilities in the time period with their respective hosts, ports, synopses, and mitigation steps. The alerting widget comes available as alerts appear. Alerting scenarios include newly discovered vulnerabilities, invalidly fixed vulnerabilities, i.e. ones that were marked as fixed by a user but reappeared when they were rescanned, user-assigned issues, newly discovered hosts, newly offline hosts, and newly returned hosts, i.e. ones that came back online after being offline. These alerts can be clicked to explore them in further detail as well. Finally, the user widget is where the user settings can be changed and the help pages can be found. The settings include a view to reset your password, and your two-factor authentication settings can be configured here too. The help page has sections categorized by feature in case you get stuck using the portal at any time.